So this is where we've camped, and the community, there's about 5 families here. Mary, who is like grandma here, she runs the little store on the corner here. This house here has been hit by a Hurricane Pam, when it came through, wiped out the front end, and it's on a horrible angle. Their current house isn't, because they can't afford to build a strong house, they simply take the blocks off the roof and stack the iron up for when a hurricane comes through, so it doesn't destroy everything, they don't lose their roofing iron. So there's little kids, there's chooks, these are the houses they live in. One of them you can see at the other end there has got smoke coming out of it, because they heat everything by fire. There is electricity here, but it's really expensive, so they tend not to use the electricity unless they need to. All over the place there's houses like this that are a concrete structure, and the roof has just been literally ripped off it, and all you see is these concrete structures that have nothing other than walls. And so what happens is they can't afford to fix it, so this is where it is and what it's like. More houses in the background, and we're coming into the primary school. So an aid agency here has decided they wanted to help out after Hurricane Pam, and they've paid for a new classroom to be built. The real need is actually for the old classrooms to be upgraded, but for whatever reason, this is an American group, they've come in to provide for it. In the background you can still see a UNICEF tent where they're actually been, during the hurricane, they put stuff there. Wave! Nah, pretty. So that's Mary's grandson. So this is the school. This is the primary school. You can see another house that's been hit by Hurricane Pam here. There are obviously soccer fields, and they actually use this. It's a wonderful structure that's actually been built by the French, but the windows and everything have just been blown out by the hurricane. So this is coming into the primary school here. You see an aid agency has put in some temporary window type situation, but as it falls down and wears out, they have no money, no screws, no ability to actually fix it. So the kids are basically sit in that room. The French built the school. It's amazing. They did it before independence, and what's happened is since they've changed from Vanawutu, from New Hebrides, they've had zero budgets for maintenance, just nothing. School fees, the school fees are generally spent on paying teachers. They find that the government underfunds them for school teachers, and so what happens is they end up taking the fees they charge parents for actually paying to run instead of maintenance for the school, they spend it on actually paying the teachers. So this school we're into now here is, so down that end is the primary, this end is the high school. There's 270 kids come to this high school. There's 140 live here by the week. I'll give you a look at the roll. So you can see the kids here on the roll. Now the interesting thing is I'm in jandals because it's the volcanic ash everywhere. My feet were absolutely black earlier on because there is just, we've just had a huge ash cloud and rain, and it just covers everything. So up on the pump towers, Neville and Freddie Jr. This is Freddie Sr., Mary's husband. And then Gary Scroggins down the end, and there's Mary coming around the corner. So what we've done is there is a water scheme, we've brought in water from down that end, but the trouble is the water only runs for an hour and a half. If you're lucky, half an hour today, water at a dribble. And so the tap's nothing. Showering for the 140 kids is nothing. So this is the ladies' area for wash up and showers. I won't take you down the boys because it's pretty gross. Water, they haven't had water on tap for 25 years. So we brought a water line in here and over the top and running down to the tank. So you see a green tank, underneath that's a 75,000 litre underground tank. And so we've put that back into commission. We've put up new gutters, you'll see running along that line. So we've put in about 40 odd metres of gutter and running into the tank. So you get here, you find you have to be incredibly innovative. The pipe running into the tank is running up on an angle. Of course, there's no fittings. You can get them from Vila, but you've got to get them on a boat for a couple of days, or a plane, but it's a huge issue and struggle. The gutter that you buy in Port Vila, the half round, is an Asian product. It doesn't fit the joiners, so they all leak. Anyway, so we made and created bins and concrete in on the corner and got the water running in the tank. Got in the tank, emptied the tank. It was full of rubbish and crap, and kids had thrown stuff down it as a rubbish thing. And then we put ball cocks in, reinstated the galv line to actually pump into it, put the proper float valves in it. And now what we have is a pipe. We haven't got enough bits, but what we have is a pipe and a tap sitting on the wall so that they can now get fresh water out of the ground anytime they need. And we're hoping that someone else will come in and complete the project, which will be to get water to the toilets. So the guys' toilets are that building down there.